northern Israel, the end of the 24th of April or so, and yeah, 2025. And why am I mentioning the date? Well, I'm mentioning the date because this video is about 5 massive marketing trends that you can use if you're a marketer, and specifically they're relevant for 2025 and 2026. Because yes, marketing trends do change quite frequently. Typically, the big ones will last you, when they're good, some years at least. So the first big and obvious one that is really not new. In fact, none of these are really brand new, um, but they're experiencing a lot of, let's just say, significant updates currently. And rather than make you wait through a whole video and tell you only one at a time, I will tell you what they are real quick right now. And then if you want to watch for more details, you can watch the rest of the video. So the 5 trends for marketing that are massive in 2025, 2026 are social media, AI/large language models, omni-channel uh, inbound marketing channels. Sorry, I got distracted there by something that was separate. And it's continuing to distract me because of the nature of it. Psychographic mapping and algorithms, right? Psychographic algorithms, predictive algorithms, um, and I'm walking around the place with some strange goings on. And the fifth one is uh, smart bots, chat bots, engagement bots to get people converting on the spot in different locations where you place them. So with those 5, you got your list of 5 right there. So AIs, LLMs, next gen AI. In theory, you can put chatbot in there, but they're not really, because those are really just like machine learning, which is kind of what LLMs are anyway. But chatbots are, yeah, okay, there's some sophisticated ones that are more like AI, but none of these things claiming to be AI are really AI yet. And there's been AI for decades, arguably at a deeper level than what you even see today on the consumer level. IBM's Watson and plenty of other things in research labs across universities around the United States and around the world. Hi, hello, I see you. I see you guys in the chat. Hello. Um, but AIs and LLMs and next generation or generative AI and generative AI for text, video, audio, images, all those things, routine tasks, right? Calendar management, task management, event management, whatever it might be. There's no shortage of things you can do with next gen or with generative AI, large language models. That's very useful for marketing because obviously you can create marketing funnels, marketing messaging, pitch decks, whatever it might be. There's no shortage of things you can create from the marketing perspective in terms of content. Of course, you still need to edit it and QA it and make sure it still has a human touch. You don't want to sound too much like a robot. You can, of course, ask your generative AI devices to create things that don't sound like robots. But even then, you want to check it and make sure it doesn't sound like a robot because it will not always succeed at the task. Right, that's number 1 on the list, and it's obviously going to be a very important one on the list because for obvious reasons. It is growing in usage and popularity on the consumer level as well as on the B2B level. It's something that people expect more and more. And if you lean into it as opposed to try to avoid it, you'll find that it can be very useful, especially if you are doing SEO, right? Trying to rank your website. Well, you can rank, and you should be ranking your website inside of ChatGPT and Gemini and all these kind of tools. If you're doing development stuff, you should be ranking inside of, Perplexity or Claude or all kinds of different things. Also, but also in ChatGPT and also in Gemini and also in the one in WhatsApp, Meta one and the Bing one. All these different. You want to be in all the large language models, and you can rank for search in them. If you don't know how, message me. We can talk. I can show you how to do that, or I can do that for you. Right? My agency is very good at ranking people in artificial intelligence or LLM search. It's one of the things we do. And yes, you may only see a small percentage of your traffic coming through LLM at the moment, but it is a growing percentage. And if you look at how fast it's growing year on year, percentage wise, it's obviously growing a lot faster than the rate of growth of like traditional search engines or even search engines on places like TikTok or, Instagram or Facebook, etc., and X. So that brings us to number 2, which is social media platforms. Social media platforms are incredibly important in 2025. They remain incredibly important. A lot of people who are Gen Z or whatever they call them, they search on social media first, right? They literally will. That's their default search engine if they're looking for products and services. They will literally search on social media first, which may be an alien concept if you're like older than, I don't know, 35 years old. It may be weird to you to go on to like Instagram and search for products, or to go on TikTok and search for products. But Gen Z people do. They literally will search for a pair of shoes, a bicycle, a hat, a pair of clothes, a laptop, whatever, a phone. They'll look for that stuff on the social media platform that they like. They'll look for the reviews of what people say. They'll read the reviews. If it has good reviews, they'll buy the product if they like it. If it has terrible reviews, they won't. Right? And they need to be real, authentic reviews, obviously. And people can tell, right? And people who are selling on social media are doing it by not selling. Right? So if you're like on TikTok or on whatever Instagram, the only marketing you do, if you ever do anything, is just say link in bio. And you just have your link that goes to your main website in the bio, and that's it. But you don't actively say, buy this thing now, save $50, whatever. I mean, you can, but you'll get much worse results usually if you're talking to a certain demographic. And if your demographic is people under the age of 50 or 40, right, then you actually want to not come off as quote unquote cringe, as the kids say. I mean, you want to come off as basically being authentic, focused on your product or your service, and not focused on the sale aspect of it, which I know comes counterintuitive to most marketing and salespeople, but that's just how it is, right? It's how it goes these days. You don't want to come off as being too salesy, and that's what they mean by that. Anyway, guys, I gotta get going. But you got the top 5 list. If you want to know more, stick around. I'll give you the rest of the details for the remaining 3, which I mentioned to you at the top of this video. So, if you want to know what those 5 are, just rewatch the video or message me, and I will get back to you with the full details. Okay, that's it. Peace out.